আচ্ছা, Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today I will take a class of standard 8. My topic is ammeter and voltmeter. In the previous class I have explained you about series circuit and parallel circuit. Today I will try to explain you ammeter and voltmeter. What is ammeter? Ammeter is an electrical instrument with which we can directly measure the amount of current through any circuit. There is a moving coil galvanometer in the ammeter which can identify and measure the amount of current. There is a look, I have already drawn the symbol of ammeter and this is the symbol of voltmeter, and this is the picture that I have drawn for the ammeter. In the ammeter there is a scale which is calibrated from 0 ampere to 5 ampere. We can measure the current here in the unit of ampere or milliampere or microampere. There is a pointer and this pointer will move when the current flow is existed in the circuit. Suppose in any circuit 1 ampere current flows, then the pointer will show me 1 ampere. Suppose more voltage is applied, then more current will be flown, then what happens? The pointer will also show me increased amount of current. Look, there is 2 terminal at this ammeter like a cell. You know, in a cell, you know what is cell? In a cell there is 2 terminal. One is positive terminal and another one is negative terminal. Like that, in ammeter also 2 terminal. One is red colored, that is positive terminal, and another one is black colored, that is negative terminal. The ammeter is connected in any circuit in series connection, and in the ammeter there is also an internal resistance which is very low. As a result, we can measure the whole amount of current very clearly. Let's draw a circuit. For the circuit, you know, I need a battery or cell. Here I apply one resistance whose value is 5 ohm suppose, and the voltage of the battery is 10 volt. Here is the ammeter which is connected in series connection. Another one resistor is connected here, R2, and that is also suppose 5 ohm. So look, this circuit is what type of circuit? Series circuit. So the total resistance will be what? 10 ohm are equal to 10 ohm. The voltage equal to what? 10 volt. Then according to Ohm's law, what amount of current will be flown through it? I equal to what? V by R, because you know V equal to IR. So if I want to measure I, then I equal to what? V by R. If I want to measure R, then R equal to what? V by I. And if I want to measure V, that is equal to I into R. So here the amount of current that will be flown through the circuit is 1 ampere. That's why I have connected the ammeter in series connection, and I have already told you that there is a very low resistance, that is nearly 0 ohm resistance in the ammeter. So the total current can pass through it and we can measure the current very easily, because you know, in series circuit the current supplied by the battery is will be passed through all the devices. So that's why the ammeter is connected in series connection. But I think the question may arise in your mind, why not the ammeter is connected in parallel connection? If I connect it in parallel connection, then what would happen? Oh, another one thing I didn't tell you, the ammeter, I just told you that there is 2 terminal of the ammeter. One is positive terminal, another one is negative terminal. the positive terminal of the emitter is connected with the positive terminal of the battery, and the negative terminal of the emitter is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. Otherwise, the electron will flow in the opposite direction and the current cannot be determined. That's why it is arranged in such a way. Okay. The question which can arise in your mind that I have told, why not the emitter is connected in parallel connection? What would happen if I connect it in parallel connection? Let's see. If the emitter is connected in parallel connection, suppose I connect the emitter in parallel connection here, then what will happen? The current that is supplied by the battery or the cell will come here, and here when the current sees here is the very low resistance is set up in the emitter, then the total current will pass through the emitter, and our purpose, that is what was my purpose, what amount of current is passed through R2, that cannot be served fully, isn't it? And the total current will be flown through the emitter and the circuit may broken. That's why the emitter is always connected in series connection, not in parallel connection. Do you understand? Okay. Now I will explain you voltmeter. What is voltmeter? Voltmeter is the instrument by which the potential difference between 2 points in a circuit can be measured in the unit of volt. The voltmeter is connected in parallel between the 2 points which we want to measure the potential difference. Like the emitter, in the voltmeter also, like the emitter, you have seen in the emitter there is 2 terminal, one is positive and another is negative. Positive terminal is red colored and the negative terminal is black colored. So in the voltmeter also 2 terminal, one is positive and another one is negative. Voltmeter, in the voltmeter also there is a pointer which moves from 0 to suppose 100 volt or 200 volt. From 0 to 200 volt potential difference can be measured. So suppose the potential difference at the two end of any cell is 100 volt. That can be measured by the voltmeter in the unit of volt. Voltmeter is connected in parallel connection in any circuit. So let's draw another circuit. Look, I have drawn here one circuit. There is one resistance R1 that is equal to 5 ohm. There is the voltage source that is 5 volt. So what amount of current will flow through this circuit? Again I can insert here another resistance, that is R2 equal to 5 ohm. Okay, for calculation I can take it as 10 volt. So what amount of current can be passed through it? Can you tell me? In the voltmeter, it is the parallel circuit. So here the equivalent resistance will be 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, that is equal to 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5. So Rp equal to 5 by 2. So according to V equal to IR, I equal to what? I equal to V by R. V equal to what? 10 and Rp equal to 5 by 2. So 10 by 5 . 1 ampere. Look, so the amount of current that will be 1 ampere. Now the voltmeter is connected in parallel connection, and there is the very high amount of resistance is inserted in the voltmeter. That is, suppose that is 500 ohm. 500 ohm. 500 ohm. So that's why very few amount of current can pass through it, because its purpose is to measure the voltage or potential difference. And you know, in a parallel circuit, the voltage across these 2 points, or across these 2 points, or across these 2 points will be same, because all are connected in a common end point. These two ends are connected in a common end point, and these two ends are connected in a common end point. So you can put the voltmeter here, you can also put the voltmeter here. Okay, but if you connect it in series connection, then what would happen? This question may arise in your mind, isn't it? For that reason, again I am drawing one figure. Look, look, if I connect the voltmeter in series connection, this is what 10 ampere, 10 ohm, and this is what 10 volt. Acha, if I connect the voltmeter in series connection, then here amount of current will be what? According to V equal to IR. Here the resistance is 500 ohm. So V equal to IR. So I equal to what? V by R. Then what? V equal to, suppose 500 ohm is the resistance internal resistance of this voltmeter, and the voltmeter is connected in series connection. Then if I want to measure the voltage, then what would happen? According to V equal to IR, suppose the current is, amount of current is 1 ampere, okay, then here the voltage will be what? V equal to IR, then 1 into 500 equal to what? 500 volt. But here the supplied voltage is what? 10 volt. So what happened? Our purpose will not be served. So that's why a voltmeter is always connected in the parallel connection, not in series connection. So this is all about voltmeter and ammeter. I think you understand it. So again I want to summarize it. Ammeter is connected in series connection, voltmeter is connected in parallel connection. In ammeter, the current is measured in the unit of ampere, and in voltmeter, the current is measured in the unit of volt. So this type of question may come into your exam. Explain ammeter and voltmeter, or make the difference between ammeter and voltmeter. It can come your B marks question. That means whose marks is 2. So be very careful, and you can make a note. Make a note of the difference between ammeter and voltmeter. Now I will explain you fuse. What is fuse? Do you know what is fuse? If the current in an instrument that we use in our day-to-day life exceeds certain limit, the instrument will be spoiled. In case the current in the electric circuit of our house flows too high, it can cause even fire. I think this type of news sometimes come into the newspaper, and in many houses this type of accident frequently occurs due to the excess flow of electric current. So in order to avoid such accidents, some special arrangements can be set up in every house, that is known as fuse. In a fuse is a thin wire. Fuse is a thin wire that is made of alloy, tin plus lead. Okay, it is a thin wire made of alloy of tin and lead, and fuse is usually arranged on the ceramic plate, and its melting point is low, very low. Its melting point is very low. Underline this line. That's why when current beyond a certain limit can when pass, then what happens? This fuse wire melts, and as a result the circuit will be broken, and the whole electrical circuit will be off, and the object or the electrical device may be saved from any accident or fire. The fuse can be with different current carrying limits. Usually fuses of 5 ampere, 15 ampere, 30 ampere and 60 ampere can be used depending on the use or necessity. In television, fuse of 5 ampere can be used. So if in a television instead of 5 ampere, if you use 15 ampere, then what would happen? Can you tell? Then the television can be damaged. Our purpose will not be served. In an electric kettle, fuse of 15 ampere can be used. So if we use a fuse less than 15 ampere, then the purpose cannot be served. For that reason, fuse of definite amount should be used, and you should be very careful whether there is fuse or not in your home. In the main switchboard of the house, the fuse of 30 ampere or 60 ampere can be used. Dear students, up to fuse I want to explain today, and one topic is left, that is the effective use of electricity and to stop its wastage. I think it is not that much important. You can explain it you can learn it by yourself if you read it carefully, because it's very normal, and electrical energy is the very important source of energy nowadays. It is